Good morning, beautiful souls. I'm so grateful you're here today. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. This is where we explore life, love, spirituality, and the magic of manifestation through the law of attraction. Today, we're moving into a collective reading and an energy update for everyone tuned into this channel right now. So whether it's morning, evening, or any time of day where you are in the world, I'm sending you warmth and presence. And even if you're watching this far into the future, trust that you've still arrived here at the exact right moment. There is no such thing as coincidence, not when it comes to energy. Your presence here is part of the co-creation of the message that is unfolding. Thank you for being here, truly. Thank you for showing up, for connecting with this frequency, and for contributing your energy into this collective field. Every message that comes through is shaped by your energy, your intention, and your participation in this shared quantum space. I'm genuinely honored to walk alongside you on this journey and to be part of your spiritual path in whatever way this channel finds you. I feel endlessly blessed to witness the growth of this community, and I'm so excited for what's ahead, especially as we move toward 2026. Many of us have been feeling this intuitive knowing that something powerful is on the horizon, something transformative not only for each of us individually but also for the collective. There is a shift building, and 2026 feels like the moment where that change becomes visible and undeniable. When I tune into the energy of 2025, I keep seeing the shape of a spiral, like a winding pathway or a serpent coiling and uncoiling. It's interesting because even before I consciously connected it, I was getting an intuitive image of a snake. At first, I wasn't sure why, and then I realized I must have seen or sensed somewhere that this is the energy associated with this period. I just looked it up to confirm. And yes, 2025 is the year of the snake. No wonder that symbolism kept coming forward so strongly. And the snake energy makes perfect sense because before I saw the literal image, what I was feeling was the sensation of something unwinding, unraveling, shedding layer after layer like a snake releasing its old skin. That visual of shedding, releasing, and uncoiling is exactly the energy of this year. It feels like many of us have been moving through what I keep hearing inwardly as the great unraveling. I'm actually writing that down because it feels like something we need to explore more deeply. I may do some automatic writing throughout this reading as intuitively guided, so if you see me pause to write, that's why. Sometimes spirit brings messages through most clearly when the hand is moving and the mind steps out of the way. For someone listening right now, that might also be your message. You may feel guided to write something down, or you may already sense that journaling or automatic writing could help you untangle something that's been stored in your subconscious. There's a specific message here about the physical act of writing, not just typing into your phone but actually putting pen to paper. I know many of us, myself included, rely on digital notes throughout the day. I constantly write down thoughts and downloads in my notes app when inspiration hits. And that is absolutely valuable. But at the same time, there is something entirely different that happens when you physically write, when you move the pen and engage your body while your mind opens. There's research showing that writing activates different neural pathways, accessing deeper layers of emotional processing. And speaking from experience, I can feel the difference too. When I journal physically during my morning meditation, insights come through in a way they don't when I'm typing. Something about the slower pace and the tactile movement allows ideas to surface more fluidly and authentically. So maybe someone needed that confirmation. Maybe you've been thinking about journaling more intentionally or returning to the practice after drifting away from it. Maybe you've already been doing it daily without realizing why it feels so grounding. And maybe this is your sign to continue or expand that practice. It's interesting because automatic writing wasn't even something I planned on mentioning today. But that's how channeling works. Messages that need to be heard find their way into the conversation when the time is right. As I was tuning back into the symbolic energy of the years ahead, I felt called to look up the animal associated with 2026. I had a feeling it was somewhere in the back of my mind, and when I checked, I saw confirmation that 2026 is the year of the horse. So we are shifting from the year of the snake into the year of the horse. That transition alone holds a powerful energetic message. The snake represents shedding, releasing, unraveling, and transformation at the root level. The horse represents movement, action, momentum, freedom, and forward motion. So everything we've been releasing in 2025, all of the emotional unraveling, all of the endings and closures, all of the clearing out of old identities and limiting beliefs, has been preparing us for the acceleration that's coming with the energy of the horse. It's like the snake uncoils so the horse can run. It's the end of contraction and the beginning of expansion. The softening before the surge forward. And for many of you, this unraveling hasn't just happened over the past year. It has been building for several years, woven through emotional lessons, inner healing, and transformations that may not have always been easy to walk through. I'm hearing that some of you have had people resurface from the past recently, perhaps unexpectedly. These connections resurfaced not to pull you backward but to help you close karmic loops, to offer clarity, to help you step into your power with stronger boundaries and deeper self-awareness. For others, old emotional triggers resurfaced so they could finally be released from the body. Many of us have been experiencing deep internal rewiring, recalibration of identity, and a profound shift in self-definition. And all of this unraveling has been preparing the ground for what is coming next. You may have noticed old patterns resurfacing recently, or past wounds and buried emotions rising to the surface asking to be felt and processed. It feels like 2025 brought so much to light, so much came up to be acknowledged, but with that came clarity too. There were powerful breakthroughs, moments of understanding, and deeper awareness. If you've been following the readings on this channel, you'll know we've talked a lot about these cycles and patterns showing up again and again. At times, the energy has felt stuck or heavy, almost like something inside needed to move but didn't know how. The image I keep seeing is a house. Imagine that you are the house. And inside this house, there are rooms that have been locked for years. These rooms are filled with clutter and dust and things you haven't touched for a long time. Metaphorically, those rooms hold the unprocessed memories and painful experiences from your past, the moments when your heart was broken, when you felt rejected or abandoned, when your voice wasn't heard, when your innocence was lost, when you needed support but didn't have it. Sometimes we don't have the strength in those moments to fully feel what's happening, or we don't have the tools to understand it. And because we can't process it, we close the door on that room inside ourselves, telling ourselves we'll deal with it later. But later doesn't come. So the room stays sealed, untouched, hidden away. Most people live their lives avoiding those rooms. They build routines around them, decorate around them, keep the house looking presentable on the outside, while parts of themselves remain closed off, forgotten, or silenced. And as life goes on, more rooms get locked, more doors get sealed, until one day they're living in only a small fraction of the house they truly are. Instead of living as their full, whole self, they're living as 10% of their potential. You can feel it when you look into someone's eyes. You can sense when someone is not fully present, when a part of them is somewhere else, still trapped in a room in the past. There's a kind of emptiness or distance in their energy, like they're physically in front of you but their soul hasn't arrived with them. And it takes extraordinary courage to be someone who chooses to unlock those doors. It takes bravery to walk into those rooms alone, to sit with the pain and the shadows, to sweep out the dust and face the parts of yourself you once felt you had to hide. You are one of the rare souls willing to do that work. You're not living in just a small corner of yourself anymore, you're reclaiming the whole house, the whole being, the whole truth of who you are. For some of you, creativity has been your key. You may have discovered tools that help you unlock those inner rooms: painting, writing, movement, music, poetry, dance, intuitive journaling, automatic writing, or any form of artistic expression. When you create, you're not just making something external. You're opening doors within yourself. You're giving voice to what was buried. You're allowing pieces of your soul to breathe again. That's why your creativity is so powerful. It's not just art. It's healing. It's release. It's transformation. I relate deeply to that process through my own journey with music. I've been creating music for around 16 years, but it wasn't until this year that I began sharing it openly, producing it, releasing it into the world in a visible way. And as many of you already know, I just released my 5th song. For some reason, that milestone hit differently. Releasing my first song took so much courage. I was terrified. Putting something that vulnerable into the world felt like standing completely exposed. It required so much energy just to do it once. But continuing, keeping it going, showing up consistently, allowing myself to be seen over and over again, that's an entirely different kind of strength. I feel like someone listening here is on a similar path. Maybe your journey looks different, but the feeling is the same. Pushing yourself through that first leap was huge, but now you're learning to maintain momentum, to keep going even when it feels scary or unfamiliar. Maybe you're building something, launching something, writing something, healing something, sharing something that asks you to stay committed to growth. And if that's you, I want you to know I see you. You're not alone in it. And I would love to hear your story if you feel called to share it. Because this journey isn't just about achievement or success. It's about unlocking every room inside yourself. It's about letting all of your energy return home. And it's about choosing to live as the full, limitless version of you, not the version shaped by fear or pain, but the version born from truth. This journey you've been on hasn't just required courage for a single moment of action. It has asked you to sustain that bravery, to keep showing up, and to continue sharing yourself with the world even after the initial leap was made. It's one thing to push yourself to begin something, to step into the spotlight or take a risk for the first time. But it's another kind of strength entirely to maintain momentum, to stay committed, to keep moving forward even when it feels vulnerable or uncertain. That's the kind of energy I'm seeing around your path right now, this gradual, steady movement, a slow unfolding where your inner world is unraveling in layers. There's a parallel here that I've been noticing in my own experience with music. I found myself releasing songs at the exact pace they naturally want to be created. It isn't forced. It's not rushed. It's unfolding in its own rhythm. And I've realized there is something deeper happening beneath that creative process, something transformational. The writing, the producing, the channeling of those songs has been unlocking deeper layers of my subconscious. Songwriting has been my tool for tapping into what's beneath the surface, for exploring what my soul is trying to communicate, whether it's personal, relational, or collective. I didn't always recognize that this was a form of channeling, but now I see clearly that it is. That's why I call my music channeled. It comes from a deeper source, a deeper place inside and beyond myself. The reason I share this is because many of you listening have similar tools. Maybe for you it is music, or writing, or acting, or creating videos, or painting, or movement, or something completely unique that may not look like traditional art at all. Whatever you pour your energy into becomes your art. It becomes a channel. It becomes the path through which you access deeper levels of your subconscious and through which higher guidance moves. Your creativity is not just output, it's communication. It's healing. It's revelation. You might feel like things are unfolding slowly for you right now, like your progress is gradual or your expression is emerging in layers. But that's not a mistake. Your process is unfolding in divine timing because every step you take is connected to something unraveling within you. Every moment of creation is part of a deeper transformation. There are times when I wish I could release more music more quickly, because I write constantly. But I've learned that the pace at which something is ready to be shared is part of the spiritual process itself. Our creativity is tied to the rhythm of our soul, not the pressure of external timelines. And I know many of you who are creators understand that deeply. So much of 2025 has been about learning to trust that unraveling, trusting the divine pace of your growth, trusting that your energy knows what it's doing even when your mind feels impatient. Something came through very strongly yesterday while I was reflecting on these collective themes around timing. The message was, you're not late, you're early for your own timeline. I've been picking up a lot of energy around feelings of being behind or missing opportunities, and someone listening right now may feel like they waited too long to begin something or that a window closed before they were ready. But what I'm hearing very clearly is that this is an illusion. Time in the physical world is one of the biggest illusions you came here to dismantle. The belief that you are running out of time, that there is a deadline for your purpose, that certain dreams have an expiration date, none of that is real. Even the concept of aging as a limitation is a construct deeply rooted in fear and conditioning. You did not miss anything. You are not late. You are arriving exactly when your soul is ready. Your timing is not aligned with the clock, you are aligned with divine unfolding. And what you are deconstructing now is the old paradigm that told you your dreams have rules and expiration dates. You are dissolving the illusion of limitation and stepping into a timeline that is entirely your own. The old way of thinking tries to convince you that everything has to happen by a certain age or deadline, that if you don't accomplish something within a specific timeframe, you are somehow behind or too late. But those beliefs come from an outdated paradigm, one you were never meant to fit into. You're here to dismantle that old world, not conform to it. And it's powerful because right as I say that, I can literally see the sun breaking through the clouds outside my window. That's exactly who you are. You are the light breaking through the heaviness of collective illusion. You are the reminder that clarity always returns. You're showing the world a completely new way of living, creating, and succeeding without sacrificing your soul in the process. You're flipping the entire equation. In the old system, people reached success by compromising parts of themselves, by dimming their authenticity, quieting their truth, and abandoning their inner voice in exchange for external rewards. That world taught people that the only way to belong or thrive was to shrink themselves and fit into something that was never made for them. And throughout your journey, there have been moments where you could have done the same. You could have chosen the easier path, the one where you traded pieces of your authenticity for temporary acceptance or validation. You could have abandoned who you really are to achieve something quickly in the physical world. But every time you were given that option, you didn't take it. You chose your soul. You chose alignment. You chose love over fear, authenticity over convenience. And you did that because somewhere deep inside you always knew the truth. You knew you came here to live differently, to lead differently, to rewrite what success looks like by building it from the inside out. You came here to be the example of what it looks like to thrive without sacrificing yourself. You came to deconstruct the old world and guide humanity into a new one where creation comes from authenticity, expansion comes from integrity, and manifestation comes through alignment, not self-betrayal. You are literally reverse engineering the entire human experience, and by doing so you are healing generations of conditioning. And what makes this even more extraordinary is that this path isn't just about your individual transformation. It's much bigger than that. Yes, you are manifesting the life you desire. Yes, you are stepping into a reality that reflects everything your soul has been waiting to experience. But in choosing that path, you are transmitting an incredibly powerful frequency into the collective field. You are activating light codes simply by being who you are and living the way you live. Some people may consciously see what you are doing. They might follow your work, witness your growth, or feel directly inspired by you. And if you share your gifts publicly, that impact might be very visible. But even if you are a private person, and even if it feels like no one is watching, your impact is just as powerful. It is happening on an energetic level. You are influencing millions through the quantum field simply by existing in alignment. Every time you choose self-love instead of self-abandonment, every time you rise instead of collapse, every time you break a pattern that once held you small, you send out a frequency that others can access. That frequency is what we call a light code. It's an energetic key that makes transformation easier for everyone connected to the collective consciousness. So when you stand in front of a mirror in the morning and speak words of love into yourself, even when no one else hears it, you are changing the world. That shift ripples outward, cracking open the possibility for others to do the same. When you unravel something inside yourself this year, you've been helping others unravel it too. That's the essence of 2025, the year of the great unraveling, the year of clearing old patterns, dissolving generational wounds, and breaking through illusions that have held humanity captive for centuries. Every pattern you broke, every belief you rewrote, every emotional release you allowed became a signal sent out into the collective field saying, "This is possible now. Freedom exists here." It's interesting to call this a small example, because it's actually incredibly powerful and deeply significant. And I feel this message especially reaching the hearts of divine feminines, Because there is something very real happening collectively with the feminine energy on this planet. For a long time, the divine feminine has been spiritually and energetically suppressed, not in a dramatic or frightening way, but through subtle and persistent conditioning. Society has built an entire system of messaging that is designed to disconnect women from their inner divinity. It convinces them that they are not enough, that they must constantly chase something outside themselves in order to feel worthy or complete. There are entire industries created around convincing divine feminines that they must keep striving for some illusion of perfection to justify their existence. When a divine feminine begins awakening, she begins dismantling generations of programming. She heals not only herself but also countless women around the world who are hurting under the same pressure. When she chooses peace instead of self-comparison, when she chooses to love herself instead of criticizing herself, when she stops trying to meet impossible standards and instead honors her inner radiance, she becomes unstoppable. Because true beauty, true power, true magnetism has always been inside her. It was never something she needed to chase or earn. She only needed to remember it. And that remembering sends out a frequency into the world. When a divine feminine reconnects with her authentic self and stands firmly in her essence, her frequency becomes a light that others can feel. Just by existing in her truth, she emits light codes that awaken and expand other feminine energies. Other women begin to feel safe to be themselves too. They begin to release shame, comparison, and fear because they can feel what is possible, simply through the presence of someone who is living authentically. For many of you, this journey has been one of reclaiming. Reclaiming your voice, your self-worth, your sacredness, your natural beauty, your inner power. You may have had times where the world tried to convince you to dim your light, to shrink, to silence yourself, or to forget who you are. But something inside you refused to give up. Something in you knew that your power was never meant to be hidden, and you are now stepping into the fullness of who you truly are. You're realizing how sacred it is to be you, how powerful it is to carry the frequency you carry, and how deeply transformative your presence is. And your impact is so much bigger than your physical life. Lately, the word legacy has been coming through strongly. You may have been thinking a lot about what you are leaving behind, what you are building, how your existence is reshaping destiny not only for future generations but also for the ones who came before you. You are changing the energetic storyline of your lineage. You are breaking cycles, healing ancient wounds, and transforming patterns that have existed for generations. You are rewriting the blueprint of what is possible. I also feel the presence of a feminine ancestor around you, someone deeply connected to your path. For many of you, this may be a grandmother or great-grandmother, perhaps someone you knew when you were young. For others, it may be a feminine ancestor you never met physically but are connected to spiritually. This ancestor has been walking with you, protecting you, guiding you, and supporting your journey. They always sensed the prophecy you carried, the mission you came here to fulfill. Even in life, they may have felt drawn to you, inexplicably protective, almost as if they could already see the light within you and knew that you would be the one to break the cycle. Their spirit is proud of you. They are watching as you unravel and heal things they could not heal in their lifetime. You are liberating the feminine energy that they could not fully express. You are completing something they began. And in doing so, you are healing them. You are healing your lineage, and you are healing the collective feminine frequency on this planet. Your life is not small. Your impact is not small. Every time you chose to love yourself instead of collapsing into old beliefs, every time you decided to trust your intuition, every time you honored your truth instead of betraying yourself, you expanded the possibility for others. You made it easier for the next woman to step into her power. You shifted something in the collective field. You are embodying the kind of energy that changes timelines. You are carrying a light that was always meant to be seen. You are not just living your life. You are restoring an ancient power, returning a sacred frequency to the world, and writing a new future grounded in truth, love, and divine feminine sovereignty. And the world feels it. The collective feels it. The ancestors feel it. The future generations feel it. And they are all cheering for you. There is something incredibly powerful about the destiny you are carrying for your entire family line. It feels like this is the reason a particular feminine ancestor felt such a deep connection to you, even when you were very young. They instinctively knew you were going to be the one who would change everything. They could sense, without needing words, that you would be the one to carry the torch forward, the one destined to rewrite the story not only for your family but also potentially for the collective consciousness. Even after this ancestor transitioned from the physical world, they continued to remain close to you spiritually, just as protective and loving as they were in life. You may have felt their presence during some of your hardest moments, almost like a warm embrace or a comforting light surrounding you when you needed support the most. It was as if they were reminding you of your strength, your purpose, and why you came here. A big part of your journey has been breaking incredibly old patterns that run deep in your lineage. This is why your path may have felt confusing or heavy at times, because you are healing things that earlier generations never had the chance to heal. Your ancestors were often in survival mode. They didn't have the space or emotional freedom to explore themselves, to heal, or to transform the way you are now. They were simply trying to make it through life. You, on the other hand, are doing the work that they could not. You are liberating the lineage. For many of you, a significant part of this journey has involved being more independent than the women who came before you. Regardless of whether you have a partner or not, you hold a sense of sovereignty and self-reliance that your ancestors could not even imagine. Some of you may have spent long periods of time alone, without being in a long-term relationship or deeply connected to a masculine energy in the physical world. While this may have felt confusing or isolating at times, it has actually been a sacred gift. It created space for you to unravel generational wounds that were tightly held for centuries. Your solitude has been your training ground. It has been preparing you to step fully into who you are and to fulfill the role you incarnated to embody. In order to actualize your purpose, you needed the silence, the separation, the inner caves of transformation. It may have looked like loneliness on the outside, but spiritually it was an initiation. For many lifetimes, it feels like there was a quiet knowing passed down through your family line. Some kind of unspoken prophecy, an inner intuition repeated generation after generation, that someday someone would arrive who would change everything. Someone would come who would break the cycles that no one else had been able to escape. Someone would rewrite the destiny of the family. And that someone is you. Even if it was never spoken out loud. That knowing has been handed down energetically through time. You are the one fulfilling it now. You are the cycle breaker, the pattern disruptor, the one ending generational curses. You are transforming everything simply by choosing to do things differently, by choosing to go inward, by choosing to heal instead of repeat. The words sacred disruptor come through so strongly. That is who you are. You are the one shifting the very foundation of the lineage, dissolving deeply buried trauma, clearing unprocessed emotions, and breaking energetic chains that have existed for centuries. So much of what you have carried and healed throughout your life didn't originate from your own experiences. It came from layers of inherited emotional and energetic history that you chose to transmute. You are the one breaking the cycle. You are the one changing the ending. You are the one turning pain into wisdom and silence into truth. And the ripple of what you are doing will last forever. It feels like you've moved through intense experiences one after another, almost like rapid-fire lessons, challenges, and emotional weight all packed into this single lifetime. There have been moments where you've looked around and asked yourself why everything feels so heavy, why so much seems to land on your shoulders, why you've carried so much trauma, pain, and confusion. What's becoming clear is that you weren't just living your own healing journey, you were also unraveling wounds that run far deeper than your individual experience. You took on these patterns so you could recognize them, feel them fully, and ultimately break them open in a way that those before you never had the space or the freedom to do. There are so many ancestors behind you, supporting you, celebrating your strength, telling you to keep going. They're proud of you and they do not want you to give up. And maybe that's why this part of the message came through so strongly and unexpectedly. I know it won't resonate with everyone, but if you felt it deeply, then it was meant for you. In the extended reading, I want to dive much deeper into what's happening collectively with the shift from 2025 into 2026, transitioning from the year of the snake into the year of the horse. We're moving from a period of unraveling, shedding, deep introspection, and internal transformation into a year defined by movement, visibility, expression, and expansion. Everything you've been processing internally is getting ready to move outward in powerful ways. That's the energy of 2026. If you feel guided to continue with the extended, you'll find the link on Patreon or YouTube memberships in the pinned comment or the description. Earlier, I mentioned creativity and how many of us who are creators or creatives have been experiencing this strange energetic shift. It felt right to share that yesterday I released my 5th song, If You Ever Change Your Mind. It's become one of my favorites because of a specific line that feels like it captures the heart of what so many divine feminines have been walking through lately. The line is, "You said I didn't have to leave. We idled in the parking lot. You're trying to convince me that you've changed, and I'm trying to convince you I'm not so different when I'm 10 feet taller. I can't make myself smaller in your passenger seat." That line struck something so deeply in me, because it speaks to the moment when you finally stop shrinking yourself to fit into someone else's version of who they think you should be. You stop bending and molding to make others comfortable. You stop abandoning yourself for approval or belonging. You stop compressing your light so others won't feel intimidated. You are done dimming your essence to squeeze into spaces that were never meant to hold you. That is exactly the transformation the Divine Feminine Collective has been moving through. And it's my hope that this space, this channel, continues to inspire you to stay free, to keep expanding, to honor the vastness of who you are. It's part of your purpose and your destiny. It's woven into the prophecy you came here to fulfill. Before I close, I'd love to hear how you've been feeling as we approach the end of 2025. Have you had any insights about your journey this year? How have you transformed during this great unraveling? What has shifted within you that you're carrying into this new era? Thank you for being here. Thank you for your presence, your courage, your heart, and your energy. I'm sending you so much love, and I'll reconnect with you in Friday's collective reading.